What's going on, Garage Gang? Matt from GarageMC here. Guys, in today's video, let's get the rest of these little upgrades that we're doing to the TRX330R, the 1986 250R. We're going to get this thing out of the way, get it back on the trail the way I want it to be, and yeah, then we'll get to the 465. Stay tuned. Here's a little sneak peek of what we're putting on now. We're taking the Alba Pro Elite Nerf bars off because I don't like where the peg is further back, in exchange for this ridiculously expensive piece here with stainless steel hardware. Sorry for the lighting, guys. I'll fix that in the video. Let's get it. Alright, so let's take a look at what we got here, guys. Here are the new billet foot pegs made in the USA. Yeah, buddy. These things are sweet, guys. I didn't want to run Nerf bars on this quad, simply because, I don't know, I just wanted to do something different with this one. I want to keep the weight down and everything. We can go ahead and do Mike Sabo style. We'll weigh the Nerf bars. We'll also weigh the original pegs, the way they come with the bolts and everything. And these foot pegs that I ordered, they were a little pricey, guys. They were a little pricey, but I think well worth it. They weigh like nothing. Not that, you know, we're not going for, you know, super lightweight, you know, shit like that. But I don't know. I just wanted to run just basic foot pegs on these. I mean, if you could even call that basic. Comes with replacements. These little worm screws here for the foot peg. You know, they're obviously all in there. One for each set. It comes with a thing of Loctite. I'm not going to open it because I went ahead and, you know, I have open Loctite already, so we'll leave that sealed. It comes with all the hardware to mount them, but that wasn't good enough for me. I wanted to go with the alloy bolts, the 12mm, 12-point stainless steel ARP bolts. You know, I don't know if you guys are noticing, most of the mechanical stuff on this quad, we're going like all billet or raw aluminum style. I have to get a clutch cover to match my Mod Quad stator cover. You guys should definitely check out Mod Quad, man. They make some really, really quality stuff right here in America, right here in the good old US of A. I want to get the clutch cover for here. I think I'm going to do black anodized on the inside and then polished for the removable cover area. You guys seen we put the R2R billet kicker on here. I had this billet oil fill cap laying around. We did the new radiator with the red lines. I got to put my water pump cover back on. I was trying to get an ESR one from my buddy, but our schedules just aren't lining up. I found some black hose clamps. I think that's a little, you know, just a little touches for me, man, that definitely bring a bike together. I have another master cylinder that's in better shape. Also have a rear brake rebuild kit. I have another caliper as well that I was going to rebuild, but this one's in need of a rebuild, so we'll leave the other one the way it is because it's all OEM and in perfect shape. Actually, the coating on the other one is still like mint too, that dark gunmetal gray that comes on those. Here's the rear brake master cylinder. We're going to do brake lines in this video too, guys. You can see how they get like this from heat, how they get all warped out like that. If I can get you guys a shot. Yeah, you can see how it like bulges out on the front and the rear. Did this here, just another one with a red line just so it matches. Ran my overflow line nice and tucked in with the wire harness all the way out to the dump, out the back. There should be an overflow tank on these, but I'm not going to run one. What else? Filter's all clean. Inside of the air box is clean. Little trick for you guys, man. When I oil my air filter, I'll also oil the inside of the box just lightly. This way any dust that goes in there, it will stick to the wall instead of the air filter. Yeah, you got to clean it a little bit more, but it is what it is. I got my wire for the hour meter all laced up with heat shrink over it. I don't like doing it with zip ties. What else we got here? Switch the bars out. I got a new kill switch. Check that thing out, man. That's like awesome. I also bought a CRF 450 front master cylinder, but I don't think we're going to be able to use it with the ASV lever that's for this, which, you know, it's okay. We could still use this one. Also got braided stainless steel brake lines, front and rear. I ordered these for a Banshee because the Banshee style one, you can use the double banjo bolt up by the handlebars, and it's two separate lines all the way to each caliper. I got some extra black brake line clamps here. Let's see, what else are we going to do in this video? I'm going to rebuild the other this caliper off camera, but I'm going to make a separate video just for rebuilding the rear caliper for any of you guys that need a little help on doing that. It's not that hard, man. It's pretty simple. But yes, I'm going to take that one off and strip that. We got to get these old lines off. This is all like bent up here, this hard line, so all this stuff has to go. And we're going to run our white plastics on this one, guys, with our 4Works seat cover that's over there that I already did. Also have the BBC Trikes, the rear seat latch with the hitch pins on it. We'll get rid of that. The more forward seat mount that goes to the rubber bushings here, I sandblasted that and did a light powder coating on it. What else do we got going on here? That's about it for now. All right, let me get you guys set up on the tripod. We'll take these other Nerf bars off, and we'll get some weight differences on these items too. Just, you know, just because we can. So, somebody's out riding. Should be me, but it ain't. Let's get it. All right, guys, let's get these Alba Pro Elite Nerf bars off here. These are some of my favorite Nerf bars. Like I said, we're doing something a little bit different with this quad. Plus, the netting on these is a little whooped, so. We got one bolt that goes through the peg bracket that comes with the Nerf bars. Gotta get this off. There's also another bracket that goes up here through the motor mount. We also have our exhaust bushing here too, which I also need to order some of. And of course this bolt's gonna give me a problem, just because it can. See if we can get this puppy to break free. Something else I forgot to mention, guys, I sandblasted these CFM air shrouds and did those in black epoxy. I think it's a little cleaner looking. Cool, I gotta order some billet exhaust bushings as well. They're getting a little pricey these days, considering I only need one or two of them, because the ESR TRX5B pipe and silencer that I have doesn't use one of these in the rear. It's got a mount built into it. Alright, so once we have those two out, we can just simply slide this off the peg bracket. Alright, so there's that off. That over there with the other one. I still got to take the front mounting bracket off the other side, actually. Alright, so here we have two 14mm bolts that we're going to be replacing with the ARP bolts from Alloy Bolts. We'll go ahead and crack these off. Or else I'll spare you guys the footage of undoing bolts here. Edit this out. Now we got these two bolts broke free. Here's this other bracket that comes with the Pro Elites. Have both of our bolts, obviously. Alright, so let me round all this stuff up, guys, and we'll start getting some weights on these different items, and we'll see what we're looking like here. Alright guys, let's weigh this shit, huh? Alright, first up we have the Alba Pro Elite Nerf bars with the mounting hardware, the brackets. The brackets are in there. Let me get this balanced up on here somehow. Figure this one out. Alright, so this one we have 6, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me get you guys over here off the tripod. So it's completely on the scale. We've got 6.7 pounds. So remember, that's times 2. This is only one side. All right. So we got 6.7 pounds for the Alba Pro Elite for the right side. All right. Next thing up, let's do. I didn't put the mounting bolts in here, considering that they all get bolts anyway. I'm sure the stainless steel is probably lighter than these Allen heads and the original bolts, but let's get this on here. So factory foot peg for 86 and 87, 1988 and 89 are a different style. So for one foot peg OEM, we have 2 pounds on the nose. All right. Now, let's see what this puppy here weighs. 1.3 pounds. All right, so 6.7. So we lost what? That's 5.4 pounds. So times 2. So 10.8 pounds we shaved off by going to the pegs from the Nerf bars. All right, let's get on to the next part here. We're going to, I went to Harbor Freight and bought this kit. It comes with a bunch of different attachments, guys. I don't want to tip it upside down, but you got nylon, steel, or stainless steel, and then the brass bristle brushes. And it also comes with this little handle here. So being that we're going to be doing Loctite, I'm going to go over here and clean out all of the peg bolt holes and get those nice and ready to have the Loctite so it could seal up nice. So let me clean everything up and we'll start putting the new stuff on. Let's go ahead and bolt these on. I'll also look up the torque specs for the foot peg bolts as per the Climber manual. When you guys get the bolt kit, there's a longer one and a shorter one, at least in the alloy bolts kit. The longer one goes in the top hole on the 86, 87 model. Good rule of thumb, if you guys take bolts out and you forget where they all went, when you put them in the hole like this, they should be, before you thread them, they should have the same distance, you know, from where they go to the head of the bolt. If you notice here, if we switch these, you can see they don't. So it's always a good rule of thumb if you guys got bolts that you know, misplaced or forgot where they go. So, all right, let me set these down. And these are 12 millimeter, 12-point stainless steel hardware from ARP. Like I said, the company I ordered them from is Alloy Bolts. We'll go ahead and get that started there. We'll grab our other one. Just like so. $12 millimeter, 12-point. Like I said, I'll get you guys the torque specs. I'm just snugging these down by hand right now. And I have blue Loctite on these. You could use red if you want. This isn't a part that you would normally often remove from your quad. Alright, let me get out our torque specs for these guys and I'll share that information with you. Damn, they look sweet. Alright guys, so there we are with our foot peg upgrade done. They're looking pretty sweet, man. We need to get a $250,000 billet brake pedal too next. You know, sell my house to buy that. And we got the Pro Design Pro Shifter over here. You know, the kicker over there, R2R. So I think these pegs really complement the bike. They feel really good too. Can't really win, man. With the Pro Elites on here, the edge of the foot peg was like here. So it kind of felt a little bit of a distance to the shifter. Now with these, they're in the stock location. This kind of feels a little small. I wear a 12.5 or a 13 size shoe. So it's a little tight. It's doable though, not a big deal. I usually like to ride in sneakers anyway. All right, I'm going to, off camera guys, I'm going to break the 12 mil for the banjo bolt up here, break it down at the bottom, get these old brake lines off the bike, and we'll pick back up when I'm putting the new ones on. And yeah, so let me keep going here. Oh, and for the foot peg bolts in the Climber manual for the TRX and ATC 250R, the foot peg bolts go to 36 to 43 foot-pounds. Like I said, as per the Climber manual. Back to it. Real quick, here in the middle of the video, let's take a break. I've always been wanting to start doing this, guys, picking out a couple comments that some of you guys have made. So, you know, big shout out to these 2 subscribers that commented on some of the other videos here. I left the picture, the thumbnail of the video that they commented on in it. It's comments like these that, you know, keep me pumping videos out and stuff for you guys. So, big shout out to these 2. Let's get back to the video. Alright guys, we have our original front brake lines off. When you guys are doing this, man, you're going to want to, you know, catch your brake fluid, obviously. It's very oily feeling when you get it on your skin. I definitely recommend wearing gloves or something, but I I'm sure some of you guys will understand. I hate wearing gloves and working with like small things. You can't really, you lose your sense of feel and everything. So when I'm taking brake lines off, I like to wrap the ends with paper towels after they drain and then just zip tie them together. So we got our whole kit here. This will go on the shelf or get sold, one or the other. So yeah, that's what I do with some paper towels and zip ties just to keep it clean. All right, these aftermarket brake lines, like I said, guys, I ordered these for a Banshee. Really doesn't matter, man. Banjo bolt, the threads are the same, everything. Usually all the brake systems on a quad are made by a company called Nissan anyway, whether it be Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki. It's always Nissan. So, you know, don't pay attention to, as long as your lengths are right, you're good. The two front ones, if you're going to order a double banjo bolt style like this here, you can see, any brake lines, you get a copper crush washer on either side of wherever these go together. So one on each side. You don't double them up like this. I just have them on here so they're separated. The double one, you'll get a crush washer, the end of your line, another crush washer, then the end of the other line, and then another crush washer. So one between each mating surface. You're going to want to take a look at your lines, stretch them out and hold them like at the same style here, same length at the end, and see which one's longer than the other. These are both the same size. Sometimes, you know, one will be a couple inches longer than the other. That's usually when you're going to like a single brake line style and then goes to a T. The longer one will go to the further reach, the shortest one will go to the shortest reach, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure I don't need to explain that to you guys, but some people probably don't understand for some reason. But yeah, you know, starting to learn that some things that are obvious to me are not obvious to others. But anyway, we got our Alba brake line clamps as well. Alba's a great company, guys. They really stepped their game up with stuff. I know when they first started, some of you guys shared some experiences that you had with some Alba stuff when they first started. You know, not trying to sound like a dick, but it was probably the installer's fault of what didn't go right. You know, but whatever. It is what it is. But they really stepped their game up, guys. This stuff's some quality stuff. All right, I'm going to put you guys on the tripod, and we'll start putting the lines on the front up at the reservoir. You'll notice one end of these is straight, and the other end has a bend to it. I'm going to use the bend at the top. This way they kick back in towards the handlebars. This way we can make it look nice and clean. So let me get you guys set up, and we'll start putting these on. All right, guys, let's set up this front brake line. I'll show you guys how these go together real quick, if I could do this and hug the friggin' camera at the same time. All right, so we got our double banjo bolt. We're gonna have one crush washer to start. And this is like where I said we're gonna pay attention to the angle of the brake lines. So I want these to sit like this. So we'll get the banjo bolt with one crush washer through. Then we get another crush washer in between them, like so. Then the other line goes on there. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep you in the shot here. Like that. And of course, one more crush washer. So just like that there. You guys can see, one between each mating surface. All right, now I'll go over here and get the thread started. Don't worry about the excess line right now. We'll figure that out in a second. It's a little bit of a bear to work with because these lines are pretty stiff the way that they are. Alright, sometimes you can turn your handlebars, help a little bit. I hope you guys are in the shot because I damn sure ain't doing this twice. As long as we can get the thread started here. It's giving me a hard time, but we'll get it. It's tough to get this to spin because when you're holding back on these lines like this, it wants to go against you. Yes. Here are some of the struggles, guys. and we just dropped the crush washer. All right, let me struggle with this off camera, and then we'll tighten it together. All right, it worked out a little easier for me to keep the lines up here, and then we'll flex them to where they have to go after. This top banjo bolt here is a 14 millimeter, and you're going to want to hold the lines where you want them to be at when it's tightened. And you don't want to go too crazy cranking on this, guys. I should probably be using a smaller ratchet, but you know, we're going to be alright. Correct this free a little bit. I want these to be all the way down to the stop. This little piece that's on the brake reservoir, if you guys can see that. Sorry about the camera angle, guys. It's a little hard to get a tripod in. The whole frame and everything's here, obviously. Not going to cut that off to film. Sorry. Alright. So, like I said, you want to be real ginger with this, because you will strip these threads out in this reservoir. Alright. Now, let's get our cables pulled down. Get our cables routed the way we want them to be. And this is where you guys can see why I wanted the bends up here like this, man. It kicks them towards the handlebars. And we'll go back and zip tie these together like every few inches so they look good. Alright. Get these fed down through. Figure out where we're going to go through after this. Something close to the factory location, obviously. Alright. And yeah, I like the double line look, man. I think that looks real trick, if you ask me. That's only if you ask me, obviously. Alright. Get this one ran under our shroud, and I will reposition you guys so you can see what I'm doing here in a second. Get that about where it's going to be. Something like that. And obviously this one too. I'm going behind the steering stem in front of the radiator here. Alright, so here's the routing option I took, guys. Obviously we got our dual lines coming down behind the steering stem. The right side is going under the opening where the radiator shroud is. I have to keep that in mind when I'm doing the left side, because the other radiator shroud is still in my sandblaster. That glue that was on that Honda sticker that was on it is it's some serious shit there, man. Acetone wasn't even taking it off, nor is the sandblaster. I mean, it's taking it off, but slowly. Alright. So, let me get our other banjo bolts, and we'll get them on the front calipers, and then we'll figure out where we're going to clamp them down to. Here we are, guys. I got all my lines all nice and evenly separated with the zip ties. I got it going to the shroud stay down there just to keep it kind of held. We got both brake line clamps. Most people just run one clamp on each A-arm, guys. I like to run two. I think it makes it look real like mechanical and everything. It just looks great, in my opinion. Let me say it that way. We got our banjo bolts tightened to the calipers down at the bottom. These lines, before you go clamping everything down and everything, make sure you have swing with the cable, so it's not pulling or hitting up against the dust shield or where the wheel would go. You know, you don't want rubs or anything like that. Speaking of rubs, when the handlebars are turned, it's going to touch the steering stem. This brand new, fresh Lone Star stem that, if you guys watch my other videos, you know I wasn't too excited. I actually ordered that for the LT250R that I have, not this, but luckily for the company I bought it from, they didn't have to get this stuff back in their mailbox and refund me. But I'm going to run some black electrical tape. You're not going to see it, but I'm just going to put it around the stem here. This way, where this touches, it's not going to rub the powder coat off of this item. Whenever I do rebuild this quad after the 380R that we're building, I'm going to be doing roll design, and I'll take that stem off and sell it, and I'd like to keep it as fresh as possible. So yeah, I'm going to throw a little black electrical tape just in this section here of the steering stem. This way it doesn't rub the coating off of there, as you can see right there. I mean, there's really no way around it. I guess I could have split the difference and put one on each side, but you know, it is what it is. Don't forget the plastics are going here and everything, so you're not really going to see it anyway, but you know, that's just a little shit that goes on in my head. The next video on this quad, guys, I'm going to do the rear brake master, or I'm sorry, the rear brake caliper. I'm going to rebuild this, and you guys, well, not this one. I'm going to rebuild that one, because obviously that one, you know, doesn't look as good as this one. This is still the factory coating. See, here's that name I was telling you guys, Nissan. That's, you know, you can go look at your quad. I'd bet money that it says Nissan as well. I don't know, unless you got like a Polaris or some shit. But yeah, we're going to do that one in the next video, because I have another swing arm that I had powder coated mirror black. So we're going to swap the swing arm out with the Delrin bushings, new linkage rebuild kit. I got the linkage up here, started polishing that up. Yeah, and then we'll get this quad buttoned up and back out on the trail. Still waiting for my new Heim joints from Full Flight, the upgraded Teflon ones. These ones have a little bit of a squeak to them, but the Full Flight A-arms are, you know, they got chips and everything like that. So to match the mirror black that's going to go on the swing arm with the fresh stickers I got red, white, and blue stickers, and I also have black and red. These will go on the black plastics, but I'm going to order a new set of black plastics, because these are like the old style ones. They don't have the little scoops that go here like on these white ones, nor does it have the scoop on the front, because I'm going to get a red carbon fiber hood and gas tank cover for this quad. But I have the OEM looking, the red, white, and blue 250R stickers for these plastics, and then the black and red for the other black plastics. Here's the seat that was on this quad. That'll get wrapped for the 380. Not sure what colors I'm going to go with there yet. Got our gas tank and cover chilling. And yeah, let's get this thing out on the trail, guys, in the next couple videos here, so we can get the 465 done. So thank you guys for tuning into this video. Another thing I should definitely mention, when you guys are going to put brake fluid after you do something like this, you want to run DOT4.4, however you want to say it. Like here's a Honda brake fluid, and then we have, this is the Prestone brand. So you got DOT3 and DOT4. The difference between these two is the DOT3 actually has a lower temperature or boiling point than on your DOT4. You can see it's above the 400 degree range. Not that, you know, your brake fluid on a quad is going to get over 400 degrees, but, you know, you clamp down on them brakes a lot, you know, a lot of friction, a lot of heat. You know, you don't want any brake fade. That's another reason why going to these braided stainless steel lines are a hell of an upgrade, even for a car too, obviously. Anything that has brakes, you know, the old rubber lines, they get worn out or whatever. They'll bulge a little bit when you grip the brakes. These will just hold rock solid. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, taking care of some stuff on the 330. And yeah, if you don't know, I read and answer every single one of my comments. I do not just hit you with a thumbs up. You take the time to comment. I take the time to read and answer you personally. You know, if you have not yet, for whatever reason, smash the subscribe button. Give your boy a thumbs up, and do 10 jumping jacks and rub your tummy at the same time for the algorithm. And I'll see you guys in the garage next time. Thanks for joining me. Peace! I hate bleeding brakes. Hate it. Whoo! Damn, she's starting to look fresh, fellas. I just laid these on there real quick. Figured I'd go ahead and slap it in the end of this video. She is starting to look like something. I like the white, man. The black looks good too, though. Don't get me wrong. Got to do those springs too on those 450R shocks. I don't know, man. Red or blue, guys? If you're still here, drop a comment. Red or blue? If we do blue, I'll have to put the blue radiator hose lines on there instead. Shoo! It's gonna look good. Red, white, and blue graphics too.